With the newest season of Cobra Kai out on Netflix, it's time to look at all the characters in a tier list form. So let's get started. Welcome back everybody to my channel. If you guys love to watch movies and Netflix and of course, Cobra Kai, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming videos. Got another tier list for you guys. Today we'll be doing a tier list for all of the Cobra Kai characters, mostly the main characters. Some of the minor characters will be in here, but you won't see characters like Daniel's son. I'm not going to include like characters that appear here and there. Really don't have anything to do with the plot. So you're going to have major characters like Johnny and Daniel, then you're gonna get some minor characters like Mitch and Kresse. So let's hop over to tier list. We have about 15 characters in here. They range from ones that have been in all of the seasons to ones that have been in only a couple of the seasons to only a couple of episodes. So reminder for anybody who has not seen a tier list video of mine, the S is like amazing, A is great, B is good, C is okay, and D is bad. So we're going to start off the list here with Aisha. Now, before we go put Aisha down, she did not return for season 3. And reading a little more into that is because the producers of the show just said that they didn't have any storyline for her. So they cut her character from season 3. But I really do like her. I think she is a good character. She's someone who is on Cobra Kai, but she's friends with a lot of the students from Miyagi-Do. So she doesn't have like all that hatred and anger that some of the Cobra Kai students have. So she's kind of got that nice balance. And that's what I kind of like about her. She's kind of in the middle. She's best friends with some people from Miyagi-Do and also Cobra Kai. So she's kind of in the middle there. That's what I like about her character. She's different. She doesn't have like hatred or anger towards one side. But she is loyal to Cobra Kai. Next we got Demetri. I think Demetri has become a really good character. He's one that I really didn't know much about in the beginning of the series, but after he beat up Hawk in school at the end of season 2, he became someone that became more confident in himself, and we see that a lot in season 3, that he's becoming a pretty good fighter too, and he's becoming confident in himself. He has much more to do in season 3. Relationships are developing for him. He's a kind guy, and I really like him in season 3 more so than season 2 and season 1, but right now I think he's a pretty good character. Next we have this is Daniel LaRusso. Now Daniel LaRusso, we've seen him in the Karate Kid. He's been in all of the seasons. He's one of the main characters, probably one of the two main characters, him and Johnny. He has Miyagi-Do. There's been a lot of development for him throughout the series, like with him and his daughter and him and his wife and him working alongside Robby and creating Miyagi-Do and also working at his dealership. So there's a lot for this character. I think he's a great character. Not putting him in the S tier, the amazing tier. Reason for not putting him in the S amazing tier, I feel like a lot of his storylines kind of maintain the same. He does help out a lot of the students, and he is a great father too. A lot of his motives and his teachings kind of are consistent throughout, and that's great, but it doesn't have a lot of like emotional moments or like deep moments for this character. But I do think that he is really great. Next up we got Amanda, which is the wife of Daniel, so Amanda LaRusso. I think she is a good character. She really stepped up in season 3, especially when Daniel went to Okinawa. So she kind of had to get involved with Kreese, and she had to help out her daughter when Daniel wasn't there. So she's definitely stepped up to where she's become a more popular character and one that's appeared more often. Next we have Carmen, who is the mother of Miguel. Now she's one here on this list that doesn't have enough screen time compared to others, so I'm just going to put her in the okay section. Maybe things will develop a little more for her in season 4, but right now I think she's okay. I think that she is helpful to her son, and she has this kind of off and on relationship with Johnny that I think is worth exploring a little more in season 4. There is some more dramatic moments, especially in season 3 when it comes to her and Miguel and her and Johnny. So I think maybe if I did a tier list again for season 4, I could totally see her moving up a little more. Next, we got Kresse, and Kresse doesn't have like the most development on any of... I don't think Kresse has the most development for this series. He once was on Cobra Kai and then left to go over to Miyagi-Do. So there is that kind of reflection, and he's realizing things about Cobra Kai and their style of teaching, and it's not what he wants. So that is a little bit development for that character, but he does have that pretty good moment when he's fighting Mitch at the end of season 2, and he hits him with the book. So he does have kind of some moments that are fun towards the series, but a little less development compared to other characters. Next we have Kreese, someone who you hate, but he's not a bad character. I think he's a pretty good character. He really challenges both Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do. He's very manipulative, and we see that a lot in season 3. A lot of backstory for him in season 3, which I found to be very surprising. And so we get to learn a little more about who he is and his learning when he was in the war, and his style of teaching and how rough he can be. So I think that season 4 is gonna be... I think he's gonna have a lot to do in season 4 and become one of the 3 biggest characters in season 4. And so I'm really curious to see what he does in season 4. Next we got... these pictures are very small. Robby. Looks like Robby. I really like Robby. I think he is... I'm going to go ahead and put Robby in the S. For multiple reasons. He is challenged a lot throughout the series, especially by his father and Daniel. He's always kind of rised up to the challenge. He has this great relationship with Samantha in season 2. He's kind, and he's kind of got like this anger towards his father that's kind of like building up throughout the series. And we see that in season 3 when he gets out of jail. A spoiler warning, as when he joins Cobra Kai and wants to fight against Miyagi-Do. There's just a lot of things that are going on in Robby's life, and there's a lot of development, a lot of good moments for him, a lot of bad moments for him, and he's had a lot to do in his life, and I think they really handled the character well. So I'm going to put him in the S tier. Next we have Hawk. Hawk is kind of like Kreese. You hate the guy, but he's come a long way, and he did have a redeeming moment in season 3. He started off really awkward. People made fun of him. He kind of hated all of that. Joined Cobra Kai, got this new level of confidence, had this mohawk, changed colors, and become a really, really strong fighter. And he's kind of lived this lifestyle now that's really outgoing. And I think if it wasn't for the end moment in season 3, he had probably put him in the B section. But I think that there's a lot of development, good and bad, for this character, and it ends season 3 nicely to where you're like, oh yeah, I really like the guy, and this is the Hawk that I liked in the beginning. And so I think season 4 is going to have some intriguing moments for the character. Next we got Johnny Lawrence. Johnny Lawrence, I'm going to go ahead and put in the S section. I really liked him, and it's fun. I watched How I Met Your Mother multiple times, and Barney had always said that Johnny was the hero of Karate Kid and Daniel was the villain of Karate Kid. You know, I can kind of see what he's talking about when listening to his opinion about it. But Johnny Lawrence, he acts tough when he's teaching the students at Cobra Kai. You know, he tells them no mercy and all of his rules, but behind the scenes, behind him teaching, he's very kind, and you can tell that he cares about his students, like Miguel. He wants to be there for them. We see that a lot in season 3. He wants to be at the hospital when Miguel is there, and he wants to be there for Robby too. He's got that, conflicted relationship with his son. But they do a great job with his character from season 1 all the way to season 3. The development, he's becoming more established in his life. He's, landing this job at Cobra Kai. He's got his own place, and he's exploring past relationships as well. And so I really like what they do with the character, and so that's why I put him in the S. Next we have Mitch, kind of like Kresse. You don't know too much about the guy. Besides, he beats people up from Cobra Kai, and he acts very tough. He's just kind of there, kind of like Kresse. Next, we got Samantha. Samantha's a really great character. She's someone that has grown a lot from the beginning of season 1 to really stepping up that leader kind of position in season 3 when her dad's gone in Okinawa. So she's really kind of stepped up. She dealt a lot with anxiety in season 3 with Tory, and that kind of really adds that personal touch, the realistic moments to the character. And I really like her. She has this really great relationship with Robby and Miguel as well. She's kind. She fears a lot of things, but also she's very strong. And so they really do a great job of making her feel like a human, not just some kind of character in a show, making her feel very realistic. Next we have Miguel. Miguel is one of my favorite characters. I'm gonna put him in the S section. He kind of flipped a little in season 1. He was very reminiscent of younger Johnny, and when he was with Cobra Kai and fighting in the tournament, he kind of had like this anger, and he was very confident. He was learning a lot, and then he kind of opened up a lot more in season 2 with Samantha and Tory, and then in season 3 he changes a lot. He's much more open. He's very loyal to Johnny and Cobra Kai, and he wants to still learn. He's very determined in season 3. I think season 3 is the best representation of this character. He's grown a lot, and he's learned a lot of things about himself, and they do such a great job writing this character, going from someone that's very tough in the beginning to kind of more vulnerable in season 3. This is a minor character, but I just had to put him in here. Stingray. I love Stingray. I think he's great. The only character that's truly made me laugh in the series, and I know this is not like a straight up comedy, but Paul Walter Hauser is so funny in this role, especially the end of season 2 when he starts beating up all the kids and they say that they can't find him. If that didn't happen, I would love to see him in season 3, but I absolutely love him in the show. He's so funny. That's why I put him in the A section. He's great. I wish we would have had more of him. And then last we have Tory. Tory is a great character. She's someone that very mysterious. We don't know too much of her, but she is a force to be reckoned with. And she's very strong. She didn't have to come into Cobra Kai and learn everything. She just came in there and started kicking butt. And we learn a little more about her life in season 3 with her mother and her brother and her landlord, and Kreese kind of helping with that. And so she's still very angry at Samantha for kissing Miguel. And so, the end of season 2, and then we got an epic brawl in season 3. And so Tory is fierce, but being very mysterious. We don't know a lot about her life. We get a little bit of that in season 3, but she's someone that's very strong. And I think that conflict between her and Samantha will continue in season 4. I'd be really interesting to see if they kind of flip the character around and bring her over to Miyagi-Do. If she starts realizing things about what Kreese is doing, and Kreese starts to just lose all of his students over to Miyagi-Do. That'd be kind of interesting to see what they do with that. So here you guys have it. The characters for tier list. I would say Miguel is probably my favorite character, followed by Robby, and then Johnny, and then Daniel Hawk, Samantha, Tory. Let me switch that. Tory, and then Stingray. I really like Demetri, and then Kreese, and then Amanda, and then Aisha, and then Kresse, Carmen, and Mitch. So there you guys have it. My tier list for the Cobra Kai characters. I wasn't going to include some minor characters, just if they appeared here and there. So I think these are the characters that play a strong role in the Cobra Kai series. in seasons 1 through 3. The only ones that really haven't returned or didn't do much in season 3, Aisha wasn't in season 3, and neither was Stingray in season 3. But all the other characters had significant roles in season 3. So there's my tier list. Who is your favorite character in Cobra Kai? Who's your least favorite character? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more tier list videos for you guys. I got one for the disenchantment characters coming about mid-January, so you guys can expect one for that. So excited to do more tier lists and ranking videos for you guys in 2021, so stick around for more up and coming videos like this. You guys are the best as always. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.